Hey guys, it's your boy Skitty. Welcome to my channel. Thank you for stopping by. So, today has been pretty good for the most part. I've been saying that a lot. I know, I've been catching myself on it. Fucking trademark. Just kidding. Anyway, yeah, today's been pretty good. Ended up getting ready for the day. Ended up having like a half a bowl of cereal for breakfast, some Raisin Bran that I had left over, and I thought that I had more in there, but there obviously wasn't that much. And put some sugar on it and just had that for breakfast, really quick, fast, and easy. Ended up putting in a couple of job applications today, fleshed out my resume. So hopefully one of those jobs contacts me back. It would be really nice to have employment, and especially now that I am the secretary of the sober living that I'm currently in. What that means is I have to. So we got a presidency here, and it goes president, vice president, secretary. The secretary's job, we have chores every Monday and Friday that we got to do. I have to verify that, the guys in the house are keeping their chore taken care of, and also making sure that everybody's up and out of bed at 9 in the morning. That's like our time that we got to have our bed made and be up and out of bed and everything. I don't necessarily like being an enforcer. I'd rather give people the benefit of the doubt and be like, hey, bro, like, you already know the rules. I can let you slide maybe, once or twice, but if it's an ongoing thing, then I'm going to have to, like, drop the hammer. I really don't like having it to go to that extent, but it is what it is. So that's just a part of the position of being, having responsibility and being the secretary. So that's been new for me, because normally I get up like 8:50, make my bed really quick, and just handle my day accordingly. Now I have to check on the other guys, which kind of helps me, stay away from isolation, gives me a little bit more responsibility, especially with not having employment as of yet, but here hopefully soon. It was nice getting the resume taken care of and putting in some of those job applications at a couple of places that I want to work at. So that was cool getting that taken care of. Ended up taking the bus over to the treatment center that we're at, and ended up doing neurofeedback. Ended up watching Avatar, the live action series again. It's a really good series. I'm up to I just barely finished season 1. So I'm now starting season 2, which I've seen both seasons, as I mentioned before, but I'm catching up, like there was some stuff that I ended up missing because I watched it with the guys when I was in residential, and I missed some parts because some of the guys went on further, so I had to skip back and, just figured I would watch it in neurofeedback and play catch up. Was kind of bummed out that Magic Knight Ray Earth is not showing up on there. I started that in Demon Slayer, and I only got to watch one episode of Demon Slayer before I ended up going into treatment, and I watched like 2 or 3 episodes of Magic Knight Ray Earth. Yeah, it's fucking considered gay anime or whatever. I don't give a fuck. I grew up on Sailor Moon. I love Sailor Moon. Love Dragon Ball Z. Love Seven Deadly Sins. Those are like my top 3 anime that I like. I like Yu-Gi-Oh! Kind of dabbled in Pokemon a little bit, but like I'm old school. I grew up on some of the older cartoons like Gummy Bears and Doug and Real Monsters and Rocco's Modern Life, Ren and Stimpy, Beavis and Butthead, stuff like that, so Beetlejuice and old school Looney Tunes, and Tiny Toons, and so I grew up in that era. So there's a lot of things that I like that may not fit the mold, but I don't like fitting into boxes. I don't like shaping into molds of what people think. So that one is kind of like a Sailor Moon-esque anime, and I noticed it came out on Netflix, and I was like, "Ooh, wow, something new!" And yeah, I made it like 3 episodes in, and ended up going into treatment. When I looked for it at the treatment center, we had the parental lock on, which it'll let me watch certain stuff, but that being one of them, like, how bad is Magic Knight Ray Earth, like, for it to not show up? Like, do they got some freaky deaky stuff on there? Because I know, like, a lot of, Japanimation, they're a little lax on, nudity and, like, if you know, hentai. But yeah, ended up watching the live action Avatar. That was pretty smooth. That was good. And it just got me thinking, it's like a part of me, I've been working on a lot of things in my life that has given me a lot of peace and happiness and joy and relaxation. And a part of me today kind of went through, like, going dark a little bit. I'm not gonna lie about that. Like, I have my own personal internal struggles on occasion that I deal with, and I just got thinking about certain things, and I get in my head sometimes, and I got in my head a little bit today. Sometimes there's nothing stopping me from going dark except for my higher power and just overall wanting to be a good, genuine person. But I deal with struggles just like everybody else, and deal and work on my emotion accordingly. I do know how to alchemize my feelings. I know how to turn negatives into positives. I've been doing it my whole life. There's a lot of things that I've picked up along the way in my journey, and my spiritual journey side is very strong. But yeah, we ended up going to the rec center for one of our breaks. That's a local place in the area where they have different things like the gym, volleyball. It's volleyball where, like, the racquetball courts are, where you can actually play volleyball and bounce it off the walls. If you've ever tried it before, it's pretty fun, even though I dislocated my pinky one time playing. So I try and stay away from it as much as possible. I don't mind getting it in every once in a while, but I usually, like, they got basketball and pool tables there, and just seemed like it'd be a lot more fun for me. And I just kind of wanted to kick back and relax today. That's why I'm rocking the hoodie, sweatpants, flip-flops, just big chilling today, just taking it easy, relax, refresh, not trying to go pro today, just kind of enjoying the vibe. And while I was playing pool, man, I felt like I fucking sucked, dude. Normally I'm pretty good at pool. Like, I have my moments where I can actually play and get it in and do pretty good, but I don't know if it was the sticks that we were using, or I'm pretty sure it was just my energy today, because sometimes, it's like, it's not always going to be an A day. And today, my day was definitely off. Like, I think I got 1 ball in out of 2 games, and we were playing on teams. And after that, it was kind of like, I'm good. I will submit the next round. And they have massage chairs there. And I've been waiting to get on one of these ever since I got out of residential and have a little extra money to actually use it. So anyway, I end up getting on the massage chair, and that felt so amazing. Like, not having a wife or a girlfriend or a significant other anymore to give me massages, or even going to a masseuse, or the gym that I used to go to used to have massage beds and stuff like that. I haven't had a massage in a hot minute, man, and that massage chair was very much worth it. So that was cool. That was a benefit of the day. But I ended up putting a quarter to get a little bit of candy, because seeing as how I only had that half a bowl of cereal, which had sugar on it, I was starting to get shaky. And I was like, maybe I need something to snack on, something with a little bit of sugar in it, to kind of give me a little bit of energy. Because I was starting to feel like I was dipping. After that massage chair, it was like, all right, the day's starting to kick my ass, like, Anyway, I end up trying to get some Skittles, and like, it didn't kick any Skittles out. Like, 2 Skittles came out of the whole turn. So it was kind of like, oh, it's going to be one of those days, huh? Like, all right, like, these are the type of days where it's like, I'm just going to go to sleep, because it's like, today's not an A day, today's a B day, so we'll see how that goes. Anyway, we end up getting back to the treatment center, and it hit me like a ton of bricks. I got so tired. Like, my energy just got sucked out of me from not eating. I mean, I slept pretty good last night, but just my energy was just like, brr. And I'm like sitting there on one of the couches at the treatment center, just like fighting to stay awake. I'm like, blah. Anyway, we end up having our night group, and they took us out to eat. And I guess that may be an ongoing thing for Fridays, where they're taking us out to different places to eat. So I might just start doing mukbangs or whatever on Fridays. I don't know. Just throwing that out there. I don't like being in a box or having my content stuck on like one specific thing, but if they're going to take us out on Fridays, I might just make a video on the food that I eat and test out new stuff that I never tried before. Speaking of which, we went to Jimmy John's. Shout out to Jimmy John's. Not sponsored or anything like that. We just went over there. But I ended up getting one of their new toasted well, if you want to call it new, I think they've been out for a while now. But one of their toasted sandwiches. I got the roast beef and cheddar. I normally get, I think it's like the Huntsman Club or something like that, the one with the roast beef on it. And the roast beef and cheddar just sounded like, okay, well, they added cheese and they're toasting it. That sounds great. Normally I get all the freebies on it, and I don't know if they added freebies. They had to have, because normally when I add the freebies, I've never had croutons on my sandwich before from them. Anyway, I end up getting it, and this thing is like, and I feel like I've been gaining a lot of weight. Like, I got to start working out again and start cutting back on my food intake. I can see it. I can feel it. It sucks. That is actually one of my goals that I'm going to be working on here around the corner, is starting to work out again, fasting again, and just working on my overall physical, mental, and spiritual health. Anyway, I ended up trying the sandwich, and it was really good. Very good. 8+. If I had to rank it from a 0 to a 10, that particular, the sandwich by itself, I think I would rate that about an 8. But due to all the freebies and those stupid croutons that were put on it that I wasn't expecting, that made the sandwich, I want to say, about a 7. It was still good, but I was not expecting the croutons. The bad part is the employee pointed out all the freebies, like, these are all of our freebies. And it's like, with me, I took that ball and ran with it and was like, I know. I always get the freebies when I'm here. I'm like, just whatever freebies you got, just chuck it on there. I'll figure it out as I go. And I swear I've never had the croutons on there before. That was a first for me. So I didn't look, but after he ended up taking the order, I looked at the board and I seen croutons on there, and I was like, croutons. I was like, I don't think I've ever had croutons on my sandwich before. So that was kind of a weird left field move. User error. Can't blame Jimmy John's for that. So anyway, the sandwich ended up coming out great. Ended up making it home, kicking back. I didn't finish my sandwich at the shop. I ended up saving half of it and waited till I got back, smashed that. And now I am probably going to finish my chore. I was waiting to do it until I got back home, so I'm going to go bang that out. And then I'm probably going to play some video games. I feel I deserve it. I feel I earned it, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to play some Dragon Quest 3. If I end up beating it and finishing the game, that would be awesome. That's the goal for tonight, guys. So I'm going to go finish my chore, wind down, get out of all of my comfy gear that I've been running around in today, and I'm going to go kick Zoma's ass. On that note, I love you guys. Thank you for stopping by, and stay blessed.